Oh.
Get to work, baby.
So. So. So.
Canelo Alvarez looks more than ready to drop Terence Crawford when the two finally meet inside the ring. A fight boxing fans around the world are calling one of the biggest showdowns of this era. And his most recent training footage, Canelo is seen sitting in an ice-cold recovery bath, his face calm but focused. This method isn't just for show. Ice baths are a proven way to reduce inflammation, speed up muscle recovery, and keep fighters fresh during the most brutal parts of training camp. Under the strict guidance of his legendary trainer, Eddie Reynoso, Canelo's camp has been described as no-nonsense. Every single detail, from sparring sessions to nutrition to recovery routines like this, is carefully tailored to prepare him for a championship-level war. Sources inside his camp reveal that Canelo has been pushing himself harder than ever, focusing on endurance, explosive power, and mental sharpness. With Crawford known for his speed and adaptability, Canelo's team is making sure he can not only match, but overpower him when the opening bell rings.
The biggest fight of the decade. I mean, to a purist and a fighter, it's laughable. Because you have Crawford jumping up 2 weight classes to fight Canelo, who's a natural light heavyweight. Crawford, who couldn't push back Madrimov. Life and death with Madrimov. What do you think Canelo's gonna do to him? Run him out.
As Canelo's training ramps up, fans are starting to worry about the other side. Terence Crawford's latest training footage has raised concerns among both fans and boxing pros, who believe his added weight might be slowing him down. Reports indicate Crawford has bulked up from 155 to 186 pounds during camp, focusing on resistance training and increasing his calorie intake. This sudden weight gain is unusual for Crawford, who has always relied on his speed and movement in the ring. Some experts believe the extra size could help him absorb Canelo's power, while others fear it may affect his stamina. With the fight approaching, fans are debating whether this new strategy will work in his favor or backfire under the bright lights.
He believes he's on it, like he believes he's the one. So that's the difference between him and any other fighters that Canelo fight. Because Canelo, people fight the idea of Canelo Alvarez opposed to fighting the individual. The thought of him is what puts fear in their heart. But he doesn't care about that because he said he's Terence Crawford, so it's a totally different thing. So if he can implement his strategy and ride it out to the...
While the added size could boost his power, fans are starting to notice a concerning drop in Crawford's speed and sharpness. Recent training clips show him looking bulkier and stronger, but lacking the quick reflexes and slick movement that once defined his style. This transformation could cost him the very edge that has always set him apart in big fights. Analysts are now questioning whether Crawford can adapt his game plan to compensate for the slower pace. If he can't, Canelo's timing and counterpunching could turn that extra weight into a disadvantage. The debate has left fans divided. Is this a smart strategy or a risky gamble?
Yeah, get it! 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 Get it! Yeah, move out the way! 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 Yeah!
Roy Jones Jr. has also weighed in on the ongoing debate about Crawford's weight gain. He compared it to Jermall Charlo's failed attempt to beat Canelo Alvarez back in 2023, when Charlo jumped from 154 pounds and came up short on the scorecards. But unlike Charlo, Crawford has moved up in weight before and proven himself in multiple divisions, making this matchup far less predictable. Jones stressed that the weight alone won't decide the outcome. The real factor will be who controls the pace and the center of the ring. In his view, Canelo's experience and power give him the upper hand, but Crawford's versatility could pose serious problems. If Canelo comes out and does what Canelo should do, Canelo wins. If he doesn't, Crawford wins, Jones explained, adding that Crawford must stay active, stay first, and never let Canelo dictate the tempo. The Hall of Famer pointed out that Crawford can't afford to fall behind early. Because once Canelo finds his rhythm, it's almost impossible to break his momentum. These comments have only fueled the debate among fans. Is Crawford's ring IQ enough to neutralize Canelo's power, or will history repeat itself like it did with Charlo?
Predicated upon how well Terence can take his punch. Yeah. And what I'm seeing is I see a hungry Crawford, a Crawford that has been looking for the opportunity for a long time, finally getting the opportunity, and really ready to grab the opportunity. And with Canelo, I see a guy who not necessarily hungry, but loves to entertain, loves to give us the big fights. Always tried to give the big fights. He finds a way to.
In an interview with The Ring magazine, legendary promoter Bob Arum gave his honest assessment of Crawford's chances against Canelo. Arum believes Crawford has the power to end the fight inside the distance, but expects the Mexican superstar to go into a defensive shell to avoid suffering the first stoppage loss of his career. I think Crawford will win a wide decision. It'll either be a knockout or a wide decision, more likely a wide decision because Canelo is going to go into a shell, Arum explained. The veteran promoter also pointed out that Canelo hasn't looked like his old self in recent fights. People don't realize how far back Canelo has gone, Arum said, referencing not only the bout with William Skull, but also the performances leading up to it. According to Arum, Crawford's speed and timing could expose those recent struggles. However, Arum's opinion isn't universally shared. Many boxing insiders argue that Crawford's leap in weight is risky and that Canelo's experience at higher divisions gives him a clear edge. This split in predictions has only intensified the excitement surrounding the fight, with fans debating whether youth and skill can topple power and experience.
I think it's safe to say Terence always fights. He doesn't know anything else. So then it could be a very good, interesting fight.
You've always praised Terence as a special fighter. Do you think he can beat Canelo?
Who is Canelo? What Canelo is going to show up? The Canelo who's looking to cash a big check, or the Canelo that really wants to...
Some onlookers believe this fight may simply be too big a step up for Terence Crawford, and now one of Canelo's former opponents has shared his perspective. Former WBO super welterweight champion Liam Smith, who faced Canelo back in September 2016 and was stopped in the 9th round at AT&T Stadium in Texas, recently spoke to First Round TV about the upcoming mega fight. Smith believes Crawford's recent performance against Israil Madrimov is a warning sign. A good fight, but I think Canelo is just too big, too solid, Smith said. He's shorter than me, which is crazy, but he's solid. We saw it when he fought Charlo. He'll stalk him and just be too big. A lot of people aren't looking at Madrimov. We saw Crawford struggle at 154. Madrimov is a poor man's Canelo, if that makes sense. Smith's words carry weight. He's felt Canelo's power firsthand. His comments have only intensified the debate. Can Crawford handle that same level of physicality at super middleweight, or will size and strength once again prove decisive? This fight isn't just about skill, it's about whether Crawford's brilliance can overcome a man built for the higher weight class.
Going with Terence Crawford, big weight jump, a dangerous fight, but somebody's got to prove to me that they can break Terence Crawford's will and that he can't figure it out against you. It ain't no disrespect toward Canelo, but I've said this the last couple of years. I'm not betting against Terence Crawford against nobody right now. You got to show me.
Crawford could look sharp in the early rounds, but many believe Canelo will eventually walk him down with constant pressure. At 168 pounds, the size difference is simply too big to ignore. If they gave Crawford a fight at 147 next, he can make it. Anybody fighting at 147 shouldn't be anywhere near 168, Liam Smith said. Concluding that Canelo will likely take the fight on points. WBA welterweight champion Rolly Romero also didn't hold back when asked for his thoughts on the super fight between Crawford and Canelo. Romero praised Crawford's courage, saying, "We've got to salute Terence Crawford. He's moving up 3 weight divisions to fight this dude." But the outspoken Las Vegas native quickly turned his criticism toward Canelo's matchmaking. What is Canelo doing fighting a welterweight for a paycheck? Kind of disrespectful. Why doesn't he go and fight Benavidez like a real man? Romero added in his interview with KO on SI that Romero's harsh words have sparked heavy debate among fans. While some agree that Canelo should be facing bigger challenges at 168, others argue that Crawford's skill level makes him more than worthy of this opportunity. Either way, This clash is generating some of the most heated opinions in recent boxing memory.
It's a big fight.
No?
I think I think Canelo Benavidez is a big fight.
I think that's huge.
I don't think a dude moving up 3 weight divisions to go fight a dude that's twice his size, I know he looked bigger than him the other day, but I mean, obviously, regardless, I don't think that's not making a big fight.
Crawford remains unfazed by the underdog label heading into the Canelo Alvarez fight. It's the first time since his 2013 bout with Brady's Prescott that oddsmakers have leaned against him, but Crawford isn't letting that bother him. When asked about the betting odds, he simply shrugged it off. "It definitely don't matter," said the 37-year-old Crawford, fresh off his dominant win over Errol Spence. "The odds can't fight for him. It is what it is." Crawford's calm response has only added to his mystique, showing the same quiet confidence he's carried throughout his career. For many fans, this mindset is exactly what makes Crawford dangerous. Even when he's counted out, he finds a way to rise to the occasion. As the fight draws closer, his composure is becoming one of the most talked about storylines.
Does he have an opportunity to beat Canelo?
I think if anybody has a chance to beat Canelo, I think it's Terence Crawford. His IQ is on another level. He's a great fighter and he's strong. It's just that it's a lot of weight. I wouldn't be surprised if Terence Crawford wins. Wouldn't be surprised if he loses either. Terence Crawford, when he went up against the best opposition, like Errol Spence, he showed what level he's on, what type of dog he is. So I don't know. You really have to let these fights play out to see what happens. He might get hurt. That might activate him to come back strong.
Could you still make 60?
One of the main reasons fans lean toward Canelo is the clear size difference. While Crawford is slightly taller and enjoys a longer reach, Alvarez carries far more natural weight, an advantage Crawford is already preparing to handle. He's the bigger man, Crawford admitted. "I expect him to box a little bit, but I also expect him to try to walk me down and be the bigger man." Crawford's comments reflect the respect he has for Canelo's physicality, but they also show his awareness of the challenge ahead. Rather than downplaying the size gap, Crawford has openly acknowledged it and is tailoring his training camp to neutralize that strength advantage. For many fans, this honesty adds intrigue. Will Crawford's speed and timing overcome Canelo's power, or will the natural size difference prove too much on fight night?
What about Crawford do you think can bridge the weight gap? Or like with you, what did bridge the weight gap? Because a lot of people are just saying, hey, Canelo's just too big for someone like Terence.
That's true, but you know what? There's always a way. Put it that, there's always a way. There's always a way to win.
Crawford says he is preparing for every possible scenario and feels honored to be part of one of boxing's most monumental events. "Both of us got a lot to lose, but a lot to gain," Crawford said. "It's going to be a hell of a fight." His words reflect both the magnitude of the moment and his quiet confidence heading into the biggest challenge of his career. Canelo, for his part, has remained equally respectful. He's praised Crawford as a complete fighter, highlighting his ability to switch stances and adapt, a skill level Canelo has only compared to greats like Floyd Mayweather. But despite the compliments, Canelo's camp has made one thing clear. Fight night won't be about admiration, it'll be about applying relentless pressure from the opening bell. This mutual respect between the fighters has given the matchup a unique intensity, no trash talk, just two of boxing's pound-for-pound best preparing for a career-defining war.
On me. I respect everybody, but if you with me, so it's gonna be different.
Terence, is that true? Did Turkey Alashake ask you to spice things up?
Turkey didn't ask me to do nothing. I didn't touch him.
You know.
Listen.
Hey, we know, buddy. We know.
Canelo is drilling body shots with surgical precision, smoothly transitioning into hook-to-head combinations and controlling the pace in sparring. He's training like a true super middleweight, preparing to walk his opponent down, absorb movement, and cut off the ring before unloading power shots. Eddie Reynoso's camp has stuck to the same proven blueprint they used against Callum Smith, Caleb Plant, and Jermel Charlo, all of whom eventually broke down under Canelo's relentless pressure. The belief in camp is that Crawford, despite his skills, will face similar struggles once Canelo starts investing in the body and forcing heavy exchanges. Insiders report that Canelo's conditioning has looked sharper than ever, with extra focus on stamina and maintaining power deep into the championship rounds. This suggests Alvarez isn't just looking to win, he's looking to make a statement.
That is the second coming of Mayweather. Y'all got the game fucked up. Mayweather actually didn't get hit. Bud gets hit by dudes that, like, who on Bud's resume is an equivalent of someone on Floyd's resume? So that's it right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, Floyd not getting hit by elites, Bud getting hit by non-elites, and somehow y'all think Canelo not about.
Carl Frampton's blunt prediction for the Terence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez super fight has sparked fresh debate across boxing circles and even left some fans laughing. In an interview with pro boxing fans, the Irish star admitted, "I think Crawford wins. I said it when he beat Errol Spence, and everybody laughed at me. I said it that long ago. I genuinely believe Crawford wins." Frampton, a former two-weight world champion, has long admired Crawford's ability to control distance, switch stances, and adapt mid-fight, tools he believes could neutralize Canelo's power. However, Frampton also admitted the bout may not deliver fireworks. "I think it's a great fight, but it might not be the best fight in the world to watch. For Crawford to win, it'll have to be a boring fight. I think Canelo's fights are now slower than they used to be." Frampton's take has divided fans. Some agree with his technical breakdown, while others insist Canelo's size and power will be too much. The debate continues to heat up online as fight night approaches. Do you agree with Frampton's view? Drop your predictions below and subscribe for more updates.